Humans have always looked up at the night sky and wondered, what's out there? For thousands of years, we've dreamed of exploring the stars, and today, NASA astronauts are making those dreams a reality. Welcome to AstroVerse, the place where space, futuristic science, and cosmic mysteries come to life in simple, thrilling ways. If you're curious about space and the incredible work being done by NASA, you're in the right place. It all started in 1961 when astronaut Yuri Gagarin became the first human to travel into space. But NASA took things to new heights just 2 years later with the launch of John Glenn, the first American to orbit Earth. And from there, NASA astronauts have continuously pushed the boundaries of human exploration, from the Apollo moon landings to the construction of the International Space Station. Think about it. NASA's Apollo 11 mission in 1969 didn't just land humans on the moon. It proved that humanity could break the limits of Earth's atmosphere and do the unthinkable. Today, NASA astronauts work on the International Space Station, conduct deep space missions, and help us understand not just the cosmos, but our place within it. So, what exactly do NASA astronauts do? Well, they're not just floating around in space, watching stars go by. They're performing complex science experiments, testing new technologies, and helping humanity take the next steps in exploration. Astronauts are responsible for maintaining space stations, conducting experiments that can't be done on Earth, and even preparing for human missions to Mars. For instance, did you know that NASA astronauts are growing plants in space? It's true. The Veggie experiment on the ISS aims to see if plants can grow in microgravity, an essential step in preparing for future deep space missions where astronauts will need to grow their own food. Some astronauts are remembered for their bold journeys and groundbreaking accomplishments. Sally Ride, for example, became the first American woman in space in 1983, inspiring generations of women to reach for the stars. And who could forget Neil Armstrong, whose words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," still resonate across the world today. Each astronaut leaves a legacy, whether it's through groundbreaking scientific discoveries or the way they inspire millions around the world. These are the heroes who make the impossible seem possible. Today, NASA astronauts are continuing this legacy with new missions aimed at furthering humanity's exploration of space. The Artemis program, for example, is set to return astronauts to the moon by 2024. This will be the first mission to land astronauts on the lunar surface since Apollo 17 in 1972. What's even more exciting is that NASA plans to send the first woman and the first person of color to the moon as part of Artemis, a huge step forward in diversity and inclusion in space exploration. But that's not all. NASA is also looking to go further than ever before, with a goal to send astronauts to Mars in the 2030s. These missions will require new technology, better spacesuits, and an understanding of how to live and work in deep space for extended periods. To prepare for these missions, NASA astronauts go through years of rigorous training. And no, it's not all about floating in zero gravity and conducting experiments. Astronauts need to be skilled engineers, medical experts, and problem solvers. Training includes everything from survival training on Earth to emergency scenarios in space. For example, astronauts spend weeks in a large swimming pool known as the Neutral Buoyancy Lab, which simulates the microgravity conditions of space. They also train in simulators to replicate the harsh conditions of landing on the moon or Mars. Looking ahead, the line between astronauts and civilians is starting to blur. Space tourism is on the rise, and companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are making it possible for non-professional astronauts to experience space firsthand. Could this be the beginning of a new era in space exploration? Possibly. NASA is already working with commercial space companies to develop spacecraft that will carry astronauts to the moon, Mars, and beyond. In the future, space could be just a tourist destination, accessible to anyone with the right resources. It's easy to think that astronauts only work in space, but their work impacts life on Earth too. Many of the technologies we take for granted today, such as GPS systems, satellite communications, and even certain medical devices, are a direct result of research conducted in space. NASA astronauts also contribute to climate science, studying Earth's atmosphere and monitoring changes like rising sea levels. Their work helps us understand how our planet is changing and how we can protect it for future generations. From groundbreaking missions on the Moon to preparing for humanity's next giant leap to Mars, NASA astronauts continue to inspire and transform the way we view the universe. The question remains, where will their next adventure take us? As we look up at the stars, let's remember that space isn't just a frontier to explore. It's a reminder of how far we can go when we dare to dream. Thanks for joining us here at AstroVerse. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of NASA astronauts, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And as always, keep looking up, because the adventure is only just beginning.